What's up YouTube and welcome to this video. So this video is about showing an error message below each input. So it seems like each input has a custom error message. So without wasting any time, let us begin. So let us first create the HTML structure, and then the first thing that we need is a paragraph for the error message. Let's also give it an ID, and for styling a class of errors. Next, what we need is a label. After that, let's go with input and with an ID of name input. Now, let us also give it some style. So, before the style, let's open up the HTML. First of all, the label should be of fixed width, let's say 120, and this will not work unless I make it display inline block. So now it has a gap. Now my error message should be actually below the input. Now I can define errors. So first of all, its color should be maroon and its font size could be a little lower, like 9 pixels. So this looks better. It's just that the margin top is a lot higher than I need. So 2 pixels should be enough. We also need a margin left of 120 pixels so that it aligns with our input, maybe a little more. So it perfectly aligns with our input. So all of them now have a valid error message and valid IDs. Now we can proceed to writing the JavaScript, which is constant name regex equals to. If you don't know about regex, I will provide a link to a video in the description. In short, a regex is a pattern which we define in order to validate some kind of input. So I am defining that this regex would contain A to Z, capital and small, and it may contain space, and it may contain one or more characters. Now for the age regex, it's very easy. I need to define that this will only contain digits, and then let's define email regex. Email regex are not as easy as these two, so let's find an email regex. So let's go with this one. And we need to put these symbols as well so that our regex is matched entirely from the start to finish. So these are our regex patterns. After this, let's define the references. So after defining the references, now we can create the validation function. Constant validate equals to an arrow function. The name input dot style dot visibility will be equals to. Now we will put a ternary operator. So ternary operator is basically short form for the if and else. So if name regex dot test name input dot value, if this is successful, then keep the visibility hidden. If this is not successful, then make the error visible. So now name is tested by name regex, age by age, and email by email. So now this function will do one more thing. It will return name visibility equals to visible and end. So what this validate function will do is it will return true if all of the errors are hidden. So these three are condition, and condition always returns true or false. So let's now use this function when we submit the form. So before submitting, we will call the validate function, and if it is false, so if it doesn't validate, then we just return the function, so we don't proceed. Otherwise, we will say that now this submit form should be used inside this form's action. So we can say JavaScript. So this comes with a small s. So this should be a small s. So submit form. So now let us put all of these inside our form, and this should work just fine. So now let us test it out with a submit button. Let's also give this margin left of 120 pixels. So now the button is in place. Let's submit the form. So it's saying invalid name, invalid age, and please enter a valid email. Let's go with email first. abc@gmail.com. When I submit, you can see that the email is now gone. Let's go with a name, Hassan Raza. We can enter a invalid age and then a valid age. It still does not submit, so it's not showing the alert button. This could be the false of giving a line break at return. Let's try again. So now it's working just fine. And whenever we do a mistake, we will receive a customized error message for the particular input. Now there is one problem that if you zoom it in, so if you are using a mobile screen, then this validation and this button goes out of the way. You can solve it by writing a media query, and let's go with inspect and inspect that when it is going wrong. So if it's go below 310, then it's doing the problem. So we will say that this media query will work only minimum width 310 pixels. We will copy the error and buttons, remove all of this, so we only want the margin left. And here I will change this to 3 pixels. So on bigger screen we will give the margin left, but on smaller screen we will give the minimum margin left. So let's refresh. So now if I write a name, a age, and left the email, you can see that even if I increase the width, it still looks good. So by utilizing the media queries, we have completed our validation page. So this is all for the video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.